Hey Bookie Butts, welcome to my channel. My name is Neek and today's video is going to be over 6 different tips of overcoming emotional eating. I struggle with emotional eating all of my life, basically, since as long as I could remember. I didn't know or have a label to it before, but now that I know what it is, I have certain strategies that I like to remember and go by to help me overcome emotional eating, and I wanted to share it with you guys today. If you are new to my channel, hello there, welcome. Go ahead and push that subscribe button because I love you and you love me. So why are we not friends? Let's just go ahead and do this thing. If you aren't new here and you're a subscriber, you've been supporting me, I love you. Thank you so much for the support. My channel's growing and I can only be so grateful. But neither here nor there. Let's get on with the video. Let's not waste no time and let's get past this emotional eating. Roll that intro. All right, so jumping right into it, guys. I have 6 tips for getting over emotional eating. So emotional eating can be very, very difficult, but with the right strategies and having a plan, you can overcome it. You can get past it. We're human. You can't get mad at yourself when you do human things. So let me just say that. Let me just put that disclaimer in. We're human. We're not going to be perfect. But however, we don't want any type of emotional distress or anything that you do too much of is unhealthy for you. So we want to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to minimize some of these bad habits that we develop as children and just as humans. All right. So I have my little notes here. My first tip for overcoming emotional eating is identifying the triggers. Identifying your triggers. When you identify the issue, it's a lot better to help get past the issue. So when you identify your, emotions that put you, so when you're feeling like, okay, I'm about to emotional eat, or you already did emotionally eat, like you're eating and you know you're not even hungry, you know that you already ate, like it's late at night and you, for whatever reason, you're snacking, or it's not late at night, you're just sitting on a couch and you're snacking. So let's assess the situation when you're emotionally eating or right before you're about to emotionally eat. Look at what it is, what's triggering, what's around you, what's going on, how you feel, what is your emotions telling you is wrong, and why you might be trying to emotionally eat. Once you identify what is triggering you, it will be a lot easier to have control over not doing it. Example, if you're sitting on a couch and you're watching one of your TV shows, but you already ate your dinner, you already had your food for the night and for the day, you are good to go, you're not hungry, you had enough water, you did everything that you're supposed to do, but yet you feel like you want to eat some chips, right? What you need to do in that moment is ask yourself, why? Why do I want to eat these chips? Is it because I'm bored? Is it because I'm watching something on TV that triggered me to have a craving for something salty, like chips? Is it because I had a bad day and right now I'm just feeling down and I just feel like comforting my emotions? Like, really pay attention to how you're feeling in the moment when you're having this feeling of wanting to eat, when you know you're already satisfied with eating. That's number 1. Identify your trigger. Identify what is making you feel like you need to emotionally eat. That's number 1. Tip number 2 on overcoming emotional eating would be find an alternative coping mechanism. So when you have the urge to want to eat, finding something else healthier to do instead is a lot better. Sometimes you just need to find other things that are healthier to do just to get past whatever that emotion that you're feeling. some good examples of things that you can do to cope will be engaging in physical activity. So say, okay, yeah, I'm feeling like I want to emotionally eat. Instead of going to the refrigerator and grabbing snacks out of there or freezer and getting some ice cream, go for a walk. Take yourself on a walk. Maybe do an at-home workout. If you have a gym membership, maybe go to the gym for 20-30 minutes instead of going into the refrigerator and adding added calories to your diet that you already completed for the day. Another example could be meditation, deep breathing. I'm really getting back into meditation. That's something that I feel like, just like exercise, is important to do on a daily basis. And lately I've been finding that's one of my healthy coping mechanisms, is to go meditate for 5 to 10 minutes, just clear my mind. Sometimes your mind is so clouded, it triggers these emotions that you don't even understand what you're going through. And you can get a lot clearer minded, or get more clarity in your mind when you do deep breathing or meditation. Another thing you could do is try to journal. Kind of piggybacking off of the step number 1, you can try to write down some of those feelings that you're feeling. Write down what you're feeling at the time, journal it. You know, if you have some journal prompts you can go to. If you don't have some journal prompts to go to, there's plenty on YouTube, there's plenty on TikTok. Just look for a journal prompt. If you don't know how to start journaling, find a way to start journaling, because journaling is a really good way to get your feelings out instead of just trying to fix your emotions with food. Another thing you could do is talk to a friend, talk to a therapist. If you have a therapist, you could talk to the therapist about what you're going through, or like, I don't understand why I want to emotionally eat. And maybe the therapist can give you some tips on, you know, similar to what I'm giving you right now, some different things that you can do instead of emotionally eat. Or just talking your feelings out with a friend or a therapist can make you feel a lot better. You just want to find things that's going to help you feel better, and things that you like to do, things that are exciting for you. Another thing that I realized, that when I emotionally, sometimes I just need to do something with my hands. So I'll get my nail file and I just start filing my nails. Sometimes I just want to do something with my mouth. I know that sounds real nasty. It sounds like, what, girl? But I'll go, and ice is not something that I'm like saying go chew on ice every time you want to emotionally eat. But that's better than eating empty calories. And sometimes ice can be bad for your teeth. So this is like disclaimer. It's one of the things that I do. I do it in moderation. I don't eat a ton of ice, but sometimes I just want to chew on something, and I just go get me a little cup of ice and just chew on me some ice, and then I'm good to go. So tip number 2, finding alternative coping mechanisms is key to getting past emotional eating. Tip number 3, develop a balanced eating plan. So recently I just uploaded a video on my channel. I'll probably link it here at the top. If not, just go check out my channel. I linked what I eat in a day, and that is one of my many meal plans that I do to keep me a balanced, I hate saying the word diet, but a balanced diet throughout my day. This will prevent you from overeating at the end of the day, you know, or overeating throughout the day, when you have proper nutrition and a proper diet in your daily routine. When you develop like extreme hunger, when you're doing like extreme diets or these fad diets, you have extreme hunger that plays on your emotions. When you're not properly giving your body the nutrients that it needs, that plays on your emotions, and that will cause you to emotionally eat. So having a balanced diet and, you know, making sure that you're getting your proper nutrition reduces the likelihood of emotionally eating. So tip number 3, develop a balanced meal plan. Tip number 4, practice mindful eating. So, you know, when you're eating, try to be mindful about how you're consuming your food. Pay attention to your eating habits. Eat slower, savor each bite. You know, enjoy your food. Don't gorge it down, and just, you know, don't eat so fast that, you know, you didn't even realize that the food is gone. Chew slowly, take one bite, put your fork down, chew, swallow, take a bite, chew, put your fork down, swallow. Like, take your time, don't eat too fast, because sometimes when we're not mindful about how we're eating, we can easily overeat. And sometimes it's easy to overeat when we're feeling emotional because we're not really eating for just purposes of nutrition. We're just eating because we're feeling some type of way. So we will find ourselves just gorging in. I'm just sitting there eating a bag of chips, and just eating it and taking it down. But if you find yourself savoring your food and really taking your time with and being mindful of how you eat, it does prevent you from overeating. And in return, it helps you develop a better relationship with food. You actually appreciate your food a lot more. You appreciate, the things that you're eating, and you show more gratitude in the nutrients that you're taking in, instead of just gorging it down and then not taking your time with it. So tip number 4, practice mindful eating. Tip number 5, create a supportive environment. You want to surround yourself with supportive friends and family. You want to let people know that are around you on a normal basis, your goals, and they should be supportive of that if they consider yourself a friend or a family member. Also, you want to have, in that environment, make sure you have healthy snacks and healthy things to go to, instead of unhealthy things in your home. And I know that's easier said than done with some people who live with others, but that's a part of being boisterous about your journey. And I can't speak on everybody's situation, but I have daughters that I live with, and they like certain snacks that are not the healthiest. And the thing is, I have to talk to them about, not only is this journey for me, but I want them to develop healthier habits as well. So I appreciate, if they just support me in that and understand that this is not like a punishment. This is something that they'll look back on and be grateful and happy that I develop these habits. So I stock our refrigerator with more fruits and vegetables than the unhealthy, snacks and juices and sodas that we used to have in the refrigerator. And so having that supportive environment helps for when I am emotional. Instead of going and grabbing a bag of chips that are not there, I can go grab me some cucumbers or some celery or a nice fruit instead. And that's adding nutrients to my body instead of doing damage to my body. And it makes you feel better. When you put nutrients in your body, you feel better. Your body takes in the good part of those nutritious meals and snacks, and it triggers this hormone in your body to make you feel better. So it's like a double win when it comes down to getting your emotions in check. If you are going to eat something, you eat something healthy, and it actually helps you feel a lot better in your emotions. So tip number 5, create a supportive environment. Tip number 6 will be seek professional help if you need. I did that. I struggled with emotional eating since I was literally a child. I remember when I was a child, I used to go to the refrigerator at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning and just eat random things out of my refrigerator, like scoops of freaking grape jelly and stuff like that, like just weird. And I didn't even know why. I was so young, I didn't even think about it. It wasn't something I cared about, but that had a negative impact on my weight growing up. And as I became an adult, I still had those same type of habits. So once I did realize, like, wow, this is an issue. Like I always eat, when I'm not hungry, or I emotionally eat and don't even know why, or what's going on with me, or why I'm eating, I'm not hungry. So I started to seek therapy, and I was diagnosed with a binge eating disorder at the time. And my therapist gave me so many different tips about, and things that I could try to overcome my binge eating disorder and emotional eating habits that I had developed throughout the years. And it helped me tremendously. Ultimately, I ended up deciding to get gastric sleeve, and that also helped me in my journey with emotional eating and binge eating after I got my gastric sleeve surgery. And if you want to know more about my gastric sleeve journey, I have videos of that uploaded on my channel as well, and you can go check that out for yourself. But I know that having a gastric sleeve made me way more mindful about the feeling of feeling full. It doesn't make life easier in the sense of, like, I still have to have self-control, because no matter if I had the sleeve or not, those emotions are still there. and I have to still be mindful about it and make a sound decision on making good decisions. Only thing that it helped with is that I feel fuller faster. That's it. I feel fuller faster, but that doesn't mean that I stop eating. If I'm in an emotional state that is negative, I could still overeat if I wanted to. So, I just implement a lot of the things that my therapist taught me, which are some of the things that I'm telling you guys right now in this video. And then having the gastric sleeve definitely helped me with my overeating issue. And, I just highly suggest therapy or seeking professional help from a medical doctor, just to understand your body or what you're going through more. That would be one of the tips that I give anybody with anything going on in their life that is like that can't get down to the bottom too, is to seek professional help. And so that will be my tip number 6, is seeking professional help. Wrapping up this video, I just want to remind you guys that emotional eating is something that's challenging, and it does take time and effort to get past some of those challenges. Be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, and just take a step at a time. And make sure in your journey that you're celebrating your small victories, because your small victories count just as much as your big ones. But keep going, don't stop, and continue to love on yourself and be gentle with yourself in this journey that you're taking and embarking on. Thank you for watching my video. I enjoyed doing this video, and I really hope that it helped. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below. You can follow me on all platforms at Peace with Neek. And yeah, thanks guys. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.